We got the media team in here. We're the media
We're the
team.
media team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the homie. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
In the block.
All during your book, there are specific Bible verses that you picked to either help tell the story or, what I want to know is what made you pick the particular verses, and because I'm not really, I haven't really read like the Bible, so I don't know like what order it goes. Are the quotes that you use in a specific order, or were they just like random? How did you do that?
No, it wasn't in a particular order. They weren't random. One of the verses that I picked was know you not that you are a temple of God and that the Spirit of God dwells in you, right? And so the whole basis of the book, Built to Stand, the Making of a Woman of Influence, it talks about literally like knowing that you are a vessel, right? And we all are created with a purpose. And just like building a house, that's a vessel. It's created with a purpose, with intentions for something to live within it. And I feel like divinity lives within us. So I chose the scriptures according to what best suits or what best fit that particular era of my life to kind of bring some type of spiritual insight as well as practical principles.
I got a question, R&B. This is Dre, if you don't mind.
All right now.
All right. At a young age, you were drawn to God and wanted to sing in the choir. Your mom seemed not to support your passion. Did your siblings want to attend church after seeing you go to church? And were you on time every Sunday after getting there late and missing the first Sunday you went?
No, actually, to be honest with you, I had never really heard about God in my household. And it was just something that I was curious about. I would get off the school bus I would get off my school bus and I would hear the people, the choir actually practicing. And I was like, well, dang, what is that? So I would peek in the door and I just became really curious as to what they were doing and why they all would gather in that one particular place every Sunday. And so I decided I wanted to go. My family didn't go with me. My brothers or my sisters didn't go like right off bat. I would say probably like a year after I was going, they all started going. My mother never went though, but my siblings did follow me in the church.
Okay. So yeah, I got plenty more questions, but I'll give somebody else a chance to go too. So
Okay, A-Rod, you was next.
Yeah, hey R&B. I was just wondering, what originally had brought you to the Clubhouse app? Because we know, what transpires since. But what was the original reason that you came to Club?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the short version. I literally, before coming to Clubhouse, I was a straight up workaholic. Like straight up workaholic. Never gave myself breaks, never made time for dates, never made time to hang out, anything. I was watching this docuseries, and as I was watching this docuseries, I saw a bunch of beautiful black successful women, both young and old. But what stuck out to me was the older women and how they were really, really comfortable traveling and just hanging out amongst each other. And there was like no men. Like, okay, they're waiting for God and all this stuff, and they were so caught up in business. And honestly, it was like, yo, like I need to take a fucking break. I need to take a break. My assistant had signed me up from Clubhouse like a year prior. And I didn't get on right then because I thought it was silly. I'm like, I'm not going to be on Clubhouse listening to a bunch of fucking people talk. That's a waste of time for me. And so when I thought about it, I was like, wait, she told me that there's business people on here. It's relationship rooms. There was different things. So I said, let me give myself something to do in my free time to wean me from not like working all day or feeling like I had to like create something. And so I was like, I could still talk, I could still pour into people, and it would still give me purpose. So I still felt like I was doing something with my time. And then I was thinking, I might meet somebody on the app. I just may meet somebody and it's kind of safe, you know? Hey, fuck it. What do I have to lose? And I got on the app.
That's what's up. Thank
Hello, R&B. This is Devious. I just wanted to ask you, since we're talking about Clubhouse, what was your vision for making the Love and R&B room?
I love me some R&B, right? I absolutely love music. I feel like music is the window to the soul. Like music tells a story, music touches us. I felt like music, like there's a message in music, and I also, when I was ministering, I would always use music to minister to people. I would use music in correlation with Bible scriptures, and that's how I pretty much ministered. I touched a lot of young people. So I was like, you know what? I can do the same thing on Clubhouse. It's a talking app. It's kind of like you're ministering to people, so why not take something like music, which is R&B. My name is R&B, Rakita Ann Bradford Jones. So those are my initials, and it was just like, yo, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I love to do. So why not bless other people with my gift? And that's why I created Love and Art. It was initially Loving R&B.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah.
So as one of your leaders, I just had, just a question I wanted to ask, because I appreciate the space that you opened up for us, and have allowed us to, do what we do. This room has been great, and it's always been flowing great.
Was that before or after you accused her of having a BBL?
It
Oh
was it,
shit!
it was before. It was before. It was before. It was. I messed up. I shouldn't even.
Well, I'm here to let you know, little guy,
Yeah.
that ain't a BBL. That's all real.
That's all God. That's all
Whack,
God.
no.
I'm dead.
Whack, no.
But the fact that you assumed it was a BBL tells me it must be looking kind of good back there.
Hello?
It just
Take it as a compliment.
Watch your mouth. Watch
it
your
just look good.
mouth.
Honestly.
Look.
It just look good.
Oh, sit y'all.
But off top, I want to say I appreciate you for that space. If Wack will allow me to ask you to say how you doing today, you know what I mean? How things been?
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I can't complain. Life is beautiful.
Your goals going how they're supposed to?
Yeah, my goals.
Yeah, just things you set up for yourself that you plan on working on.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm just trying to get Mr. Wack 100 to complete his portion of the book. That's all.
Copy.
Hey.
We
Why
eating
women
right
know?
now?
I have a question.
Your diet's still good, like we still getting our health correct and stuff like that.
Hey, Pitbull, he got one more question and break his jaw.
I got you, Unc. Don't worry about it. The crew's coming up.
I'm gonna let you get in there, Pitbull. I'm gonna step to the side. Excuse me.
Hey, Queen, salute,
Wait
Queen. How
a
you
minute,
doing?
Pitbull. Your last question got me in trouble, so I just got something to say before you ask me this question.
Oh, come on, Queen.
Don't ask me them type of questions. Don't ask me them type of questions. If you ain't heard what I said, bitch, it wasn't me.
Oh, shit, y'all.
Go ahead, Pit. Go ahead.
My question is, what inspired you to write books?
Oh my goodness. What inspired me to write books? Okay, so I would say, dang, somebody is echoing. Somebody, is it me? Oh, that's Andre. Okay. What inspired me to write books? I pretty much felt like I had a story to tell. I'm trying not to get a deep answer. So, shit. How can I say this without being super deep? Yeah, so I feel like I had a story to tell, and I knew that there was a certain chapter I had to close in my life in order to um, walk in success. Like there were certain things I had to bury, so I felt like I needed to pour those things out on the pages so that I could relive all those things, bury them, and then walk into, I would say, a new level, a new life, experience new things. So I had to bury the old in order to embrace the new. So that's what it inspired me to write my book. And I felt like my testimony and the things that I went through in life could help somebody else. So it was like put them on pages, break it down in a way that you're not just pouring out all the things that you've been through, but also give people a little light at the end of the tunnel and show them how you came out, what tools you used to come out. And I blessed a lot of people. So yeah.
This R&B. Do you like to write?
Salute to you, Queen.
Do I like to write?
Yeah.
Absolutely love writing. I used to write when I was a little girl. Um, I wrote a lot. I had a lot of journals and a lot of composition books that I wrote in. Yeah, so I started off writing poetry, but yeah, I love writing. It's therapeutic.
Yeah. So I heard you touched on, just the experience pushed you to want to write and want to share your experience. I hear that.
Kobe,
And
you
what are some?
tripping, bro.
Come on. What are some of the early things that you
Oh
latched
man.
on that inspired you to like writing? I mean, if I if I could ask you, what inspired you to like writing? Like, what inspired you? Like, what kind of things like helped you to build the confidence of like I could write good?
I think honestly, being able to express and pretty much calculate your thoughts and to scribe them honestly. Like I feel like people sometimes we talk a lot and we don't have much to say. We don't think about what we say when things come out of our mouths, but when you write them down, you kind of have a chance to kind of like review what it is that you're writing and then look over that and make corrections if need be. So it's just to me a great way to express yourself.
Hey,
All right, Kobe, that was your two question, Cap. R&B. All the things that you described, the events that you went through as a teenager and young adult, was it only your faith in God that pulled you through? I mean, I know, yeah, like, is it your faith in God that gave you the ability to pull through some of those tragedies that you had went through?
Honestly, I believe I was created to. I really feel like I was put on this earth to go through some of the shit that I went through because I was created to go through some of that. I was strong enough
Why?
to do it.
Oh, because you feel like you were strong enough?
Yeah, I felt like I was created to do it. I feel like everyone has a cross to bear. Everyone has purpose in life. So some of the things that I went through, I was supposed to go through those things to help somebody else come out of it. And that's just what I feel. Because I don't feel like it was just my faith that helped me. It was just, oh, I have faith. It was something that was deep within me, like this seed that wouldn't allow me to give up. It was something in me that when I was placed in certain environments before I even knew the word, that I felt like was already built in, that gave me tenacity and gave me the strength to go through them, if that makes sense. So the faith only, I would say, activated a higher level of that. But I truly, truly believe that I was born and like built resilient. I really feel like I was built to stand. Like that was my purpose. I was like resilience. I was perseverance. That's what I was created to do. Period. That's just how I feel. I don't think it was just faith based or, oh, it was God that made you feel that way. Not taking anything from my faith, but I just truly believe that some people are just built to stand, built to last, built to survive, built to thrive.
Hey, R&B. I got that led me to two more questions I want to ask really, really quick. Um, on the book is amazing. I want to say that again. And here's my question: after having the first dream of Seneca getting shot, and you informing him, and he got upset with you, and then after you having the second dream of Seneca getting shot, you spoke with the prophet and his wife, I believe. Did Seneca feel concerned about the second dream of him getting shot?
Um, absolutely. I think he was a little I think he was concerned, but it was almost like a arrogance, or him feeling like it was something that was like spiritual. And for people who don't know what he's talking about, in my book I talk about my son's father, my middle son's father, being killed. And before that happened, I had a dream of what was going to happen. I told him about what was going to happen, and he kind of blew it off. I had the dream the second time, and I talked to the pastor and his wife about the dream that I had, and they basically told me that, that was something that was going to happen, and they saw what was going to happen. You have to read the book in order to get it, but they saw, basically, they interpreted what I dreamed about, and it happened literally exactly how I saw actually in the dream that it was going to happen. So yeah, he just kind of blew it off. And I think a lot of times when you see things or you try to warn somebody of something, and if they have taken you through things, they think that you're speaking out of bitterness and hurt. And sometimes, the universe, God, whatever you subscribe to, will give you signs through other people. And I believe that's just what happened. You know what I mean? So I
It's
really don't know how he felt, to be honest with you, but I know he was really not in a place of receiving it.
okay. My second question on Rakita. I learned a bit about Rakita and how resilient she is. Would you consider turning this book into a film someday?
Um, yeah, it's so funny. I was just thinking about that probably about 30 minutes ago. I was thinking about that because I was reading
That's
one of the
funny.
questions and I thought about that.
I
Damn,
just
that was my
contracted
next
doubles.
question. That's
That's
crazy.
funny.
Good
You know
question.
what's you know what's funny about that? What doubles at? Doubles at. Maybe last week when we was in his house, I kind of contracted doubles to get on top of that. Turn to your book and script. Good question.
Oh
And
shit, y'all.
That's dope.
That's gonna be
I
fire.
mean,
I would listen. I want to see how that turned out. Y'all already know what I got going on. I want to see how it turned out. I definitely want to see his script though, because he sent me something that was like, I want to see how he write that. But I'm curious to see that. You already know I'm definitely curious. But I got a question. If you can, because I don't know if everybody know where you originally from.
Oh my God. I was born in Tallulah, Louisiana, raised in Greenville, Mississippi. I went to junior high and elementary school in both places, Greenville, Mississippi, and Tallulah, Louisiana. And then I came to Las Vegas when I was like 15, 16.
Well, hey, Miss
Okay.
R&B, I have a sorry.
go ahead, Empress.
Hey, R&B, I have a question for you. You mentioned being resilient, and that's one of my favorite words to describe women, especially Black women. So my question for you is this: is how do you balance your creative pursuits with your role as a mother and other responsibilities that you do hold as a woman? Thank you.
Girl, balance. What the hell is that? I'm so serious, Empress. Like, balance is a everyday. I think balance is like something that I strive to have. It's something that I am pursuing every freaking day. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what is balance? Like, yo, how do you balance? Shit, girl, I don't even know. I just do it, to be honest with you. I just do it. It's like, okay, you know that you got to get up at a certain time, have to take the children to school, you have to parent, you got to do this, and then you have a certain time where you have to, do your duties as a mother. Then you have to take care of yourself and make sure that you're, you know what I'm saying, you're complete, you're whole. So, shit, girl, I just do it like Nike. I just do it.
I think I think that was a wonderful answer. So to back that up, because today I don't know if you knew is World Mental Health Day, and tomorrow is Black Girl Day off. We'll talk about that later. But to ask you a secondary question, to that, because I love your answer, is what's your self care routine then for managing stress and staying grounded? Because I feel like you have to stay grounded in order to move like you move, like a locomotive. So let's talk about it.
Girl, okay. Sex. Lots of it.
Period.
To be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Intimacy is a great way that I find balance on everything. Because if I'm super tired, I can snatch some of his energy. Like if I'm frustrated, like I could take it out on him in the bedroom. Like if I need to feel loved and nurtured, I could take that from him as well. When it comes to self-care with myself, honestly, like I have a skincare routine regimen that I do when I love on my skin. I work out, I drink a lot of water, I eat fruit. I make sure that I'm healthy inside and out. What else, girl? And then personal development. I think personal development is like my top, like number one, to be honest with you, because like I do a lot of self examinations. I really, I don't allow myself to blame people around me. Like I take the time to say, you know what? What can I do to be better? Like, what is it that I need to be a better Rakita for tomorrow and for the people around me? And so, like, yeah, that's how I pretty much take care of myself and my mental health and everything. Lots of love making, lots of personal development. I eat healthy and I drink a lot of water.
Thank you so much, Miss R&B, Love and R&B. Sorry. Thank you for answering my question.
Hey, Rakita, how did you come up with the concept of using construction of a house? This is going back to the book again. How did you come up with the concept of using construction of a house to tell your story and how you built your foundation from the ground up?
Oh my God. So I kind of touched on it a little bit in the beginning. I feel like, the body is a vessel, right? The body is like a building and it houses a lot of things, gives all these different things. And then I thought about a house. I was like, yo, it would be really dope to like format the book and create the structure of the book as if I was building a house, because I feel like, there's levels to us. There's different things that we go through. So I was like, okay, what do you need when you start off in the beginning of life? And I think about how when my babies were born, how I like spoke over their lives. So almost kind of like prophesying and saying, this is what I see. This is like even starting from their names and the names having to mean something. And so in order to build something, like you have to create a blueprint. Okay, so that's the first thing. So the blueprint basically is like, this is how everything is going to be built out and structured. So I'm like, okay, so what is my purpose? What's been spoken over my life, even in my rebuilding process? Like, what is it that I plan or see for my life? It says, the Bible says, I'll go to this. It says, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and to give you an expected end, right? That you may prosper. Okay, so I'm paraphrasing the scripture, and so I was like, oh shit. So there's a plan. There's an initial plan, right? And then I thought about, after you have the blueprint, then you have to lay a foundation. We all started with a foundation. The Bible talks about that as well. It said you were born into sin and shaped into iniquity. What the fuck does that mean? that means that when I was born into this world, no, I was not a born sinner, but I was born into whatever my parents believed in. Whatever my mother believed in, that's what she shaped me in. So whatever her iniquities were, whatever her struggles were, was what she was shaped, what I was shaped in. So I said, okay, let me go back to the foundation. And before you can lay the foundation, the concrete, you have to, clear out all the rocks and all the debris and all the, if there's bushes or anything in on that land, you have to clear all that shit out. So I had to go back and say, what habits did I pick up from my family that I need to go and pluck up? So when I thought about that, I was like, okay, boom. So now my foundation is solid, which was the word. Okay, I have a solid foundation and I'm building on this word. After that, there's pillars. Okay, they put the framework in the place, so it's almost like now my framing. What's holding me up? Like, what are my templates? Who are my mentors? Like, you know what I'm saying? So every level of the house, I felt like related to building yourself. So it was pretty dope. Like the book is, if you read that shit, it's pretty genius how I wrote that shit.
That's
I
what
ain't
I'm
gonna
about to
lie to
say,
you.
Rakita. Like,
That shit is pretty genius.
yeah, if you don't know, I do home improvement work, guys, and the way she laid it out, if you will learn how to build a house by the time you finish that book. I promise you. If you don't know, you will know.
Yes, I thought it would be pretty dope. And I felt like men would relate to that as well as women, because you have the biblical principles, you have the life application, and then you have practical, I would say, practical demonstration via how you're building, how you build a natural home. So yeah, that was it, y'all.
Hey, I hate this mute button. What has been the most defining moment of your life so far?
The most defining moment of my life thus far, honestly, was when I turned 40 and I gave myself permission to be free. Yeah.
Can I ask you, what do you mean by that?
I felt like majority of my life I pretty much lived like I was really, really, really super hard on myself. Super, super hard on myself. To where I really didn't give myself the grace. I would say that the grace to fuck up. I only allowed people to see me in a certain light. When it came to like the things that I went through, I would always like isolate and fix myself, if that makes sense, which is a Scorpio thing. And then it was like I just tried to be perfect. It was like, oh my God, I gotta be perfect. I gotta, I just have to be perfect. I can't let people see me sweat. I can't cry. I can't be weak. I can't, allow people to see me make mistakes. I wouldn't cuss. There was a lot of things a lot of weight that I put on myself, because I considered myself a role model at some point that was like, yo, like, you're human. You're going to make mistakes. If you spend all this time trying to heal everyone else and be the light for everyone else and carry the weight for everyone else, like, that's a miserable fucking life. So I just gave myself permission to say, you know what? I don't want to carry all this weight. I want to be able to be vulnerable. I want to be able to like just fucking be human and not have to feel like I'm just a super human person. Like I always have to like be put together and shit. So when I turned 40, I was like, fuck that. Like, I don't want to do this church shit. I don't want to like fake for these people and act like there's no problems, no issues, no nothing. I just want to be free to just be me and embrace the things that I enjoy doing. So what the fuck is that? So I can discover what that looks like for me.
Wow, that was beautiful, Miss Love and R&B. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know a lot of people feel hurt with that one, so thank you.
Hey, R&B, learning to accept your mom the way she was, um, learning to, learning to accept your mom the way she was. You realize later in life she had issues that she had dealt with her family.
Is that the question? What can you kind of rephrase it a little bit? What was it?
Yeah, I remember reading in the book. You found out that I think that your mom was um, dating women. So dating women allegedly. So, and you were saying that the kids in the neighborhood would be picky and stuff like that. So yeah, my question was, did your mom did she deal with some of that back home? Because I remember you said your family was real, they was religious and stuff like that. So
Well, I wouldn't say my family was religious. I wouldn't say that. I just think that in the South, like those type of things weren't acceptable. Like it wasn't okay for a woman to be a lesbian. It wasn't okay
Right.
for a man to be gay. That was not something that was accepted back when she was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was a little embarrassing when I found out because I was just like, dang, you know? But I kind of understood why and why she was when I got a little bit older. And so for me it's just like that's her life. That's her. You know what I mean? And I don't know what she went through fully all the way, and that's really not my business. My only thing, especially when you hit 18 or you're old enough to take care of yourself, is like you have to really just focus on you and what your life looks like. So I love my mom. I accepted her for who she was. So it was just kind of like, yeah, that's what it is. But growing up as a child, as a kid, you don't really understand all those things that come with that. You just know, kids can be cruel and pick on you based on, how they feel or how their parents feel about what they see in your family.
R&B, when you talked about the process of you becoming free, in that process, I know you say you didn't grow up in the church, but you gravitated to it. At some point in that process of being free, did you question your faith? Did you question what you start to? Did you question your faith? Let me just stop there.
Absolutely, I did. Absolutely. I mean, I question it, based on reading and doing my own research, because I felt like, a lot of, Christians, I'll just say that um, a lot of people go in as sheep,
Hmm.
and it's like you're just given, you just eat up what you're fed. A lot of people don't research. A lot of people don't read for themselves. A lot of people don't take the time to meditate and really get the answers, for themselves. They just take what their pastor says, and that's law for them. So for me, I've always had a desire for the deeper things in life. Um, to go deep, honestly. That's always been something. I'm like I love, love, love. When I say I love wisdom and I love like just shit. I just love knowledge. And so when I began to read, I started like feeling some type of way. I started feeling like, damn, like why are we begging for something if I'm supposed to have this power? Why am I stuck on my knees praying for something to happen when like there's actions that I need to take to make these things happen? Why are all these people praying for things and they're still stuck in the same position, which is on their face, crying out, snotting, screaming to someone that they cannot see? And I start seeing that it really wasn't about, and even reading the scripture where the woman, he told the woman, he was like, by your faith, you are made whole. Not because you touched me, but because you believed. So it was by what you felt. And I start understanding that the mind and, just how we believe is a powerful fucking thing. And energy is a powerful source. And it start allowing me to separate from the fairy tales and understand what reality really look like when you realize that you are a god.
Thank you.
Shit, deep shit. I have a question, Miss R&B. How have Clubhouse affected your life by coming on this app and since you've been on the app from then to now?
I think the very first way that it has affected my life is it's taught me not to cut people off so quick. Cause I would cut you off in a New York minute. Like I was the queen of fucking the cutoff and not dealing with no bullshit, no nonsense. Like if I ever felt confusion, I would get the fuck away from it because I felt like it fucked with my creativity. And anything that fucks with my creativity fucks with my money. So for me, no, I can't allow you to fuck with my creativity and my money, so get the fuck away from me. So Clubhouse actually gave me another level of patience. That was number one. And it showed me, that sometimes you just got to give people a chance. Just give them one more chance. Biggie, give them one more chance. Like, give them one more chance.
Yes,
Just,
ma'am.
okay, just have a little grace, girl. Have a little fucking grace. That was number one. Number two, I believe it gave me a little, honestly, insight on like this world and people are just not what you think they fucking are. I was really gullible and naive, I would say, in a sense, when it came to people and just being super sweet and nice. And I realized there's some cruel ass people in this world, for sure.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I didn't stick around cruel ass people long enough to realize that people are really fucking like this in life and they're stuck in these mindsets and mentalities. Because I just get the fuck away from you. And my whole life was just me. And if it didn't revolve around me and what I had going on, I didn't give a fuck about it. Get the fuck away from me. So when I start really kicking back and listening to people talk and really seeing, God damn, this is what this is about. This is what this is about. This is what this is about. I started seeing different perspectives. And it was like, oh shit, girl, you got to kind of like not be so loving and caring and shit and forgiving when it comes to certain shit. Right? Another way, I met the love of my life.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I never thought, honestly, and this is real shit, real fucking shit. I never, ever, ever thought that I would ever meet a man that would take my attention and make me stand still. I did circles around people. I would like, people would ask me on dates and shit and I wouldn't go because I'd be like, why the fuck am I going to slow down for you? Like, I'm having to like motivate your ass and pour into you. So it seemed like it was just going to be work and there was no real outlet, in that. So I just drowned myself in that. So when I, came across Wack, I saw somebody who was a builder like myself, but on a whole nother level, right? Because I've been built some shit. You know what I mean? I thought people would ask me what I do, and I would be like, I'm a construction worker. I build people, brands, and networks. That was my whole catchphrase. What do you do? I'm a construction worker. I build people, brands, and networks. But when I saw the influence that he had, I was like, God damn, there's a lot of things that remind me of myself. And I paid attention to how he talked. And I was like, yo, he had my attention when it came to that. And then he was bold enough to continue the pursuit. Sometimes men will just give up because they feel like, I don't feel like chasing that shit. I'm not finna chase your ass. But he kind of like put in the work to pursue, which then made me really slow down. And then when I saw he had something for me to multiply, he's not telling me to just stand still because he wants to just take all my fucking time and suck out all my energy for his own gain because you're such a vibe. No, it's like you come adding and you have something for me to multiply. So that is what I gained from Clubhouse.
Good shit. That's a good, dope answer. You know, I was trying to ask a question like that in a way to where I don't get in trouble, all right? I gotta have one more question. What's some advice that Ankh have gave you that you took and ran with it that affects you in a good way right now in today's time?
Oh my God. Don't be so fucking emotional, R&B. Learn how to work with your enemies. Don't be so quick to fucking walk away when it doesn't look the way you think it should look, because every fucking thing is not going to come easy, and some things that are worth having are worth working for and waiting for. Be patient. So that there is something that he has told me that I'm applying to life right now, because it teaches me to slow down. A motherfucker asked me to do business, and then they changed the motherfucking plans on me, and then he be like, yo, kick back, wait it out, because that ain't what you think it is. And any other time I'd be like, fuck you, you fucking liar. But now I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna kick back. And it's really dope because I get to see the process, and then the time when that very thing that defies you has to come back and bow down at your motherfucking feet. It's like an orgasm.
That's that Scorpio shit.
Gotcha. I have one more
Okay.
queen.
Period.
Okay.
People don't know the brand new dope.
Is that you in the Matrix, Pit?
You're in the blender
Yeah,
season.
you're in the Matrix, Pit.
Cam, change that PTR.
I got a
Well, while
question,
we
R&B.
All right,
Yep, I
I'm
got it.
back. I just
Oh,
have
okay.
one
Go
more
ahead, Pit.
question. All right, Queen. We all know you just got a dope ass art piece, right? A lot of people may know, may not know. What was the cost you getting that art?
What was the cause of me getting this art piece? Um, Listen, okay. Number one, right? I just broke down like the value of what I got from this man coming into my life, right? Regardless to anything we go through, because relationships aren't always going to be perfect. And like, I've never experienced what I'm experiencing now in one man. So, number one is a man that reps you. Like, this man screams my fucking name on a mountaintop, right? Screams my fucking name on a mountaintop. That shit is super sexy to me. To not even have to be in a space and this man reps you. Like, his fucking life depends on it. That's number one. There's a lot that he has sacrificed that a lot of people don't know. And I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I've never, ever, ever, I can say this, that I don't think that I've ever had a chance to just kick back and just relax with no fucking worries at all. when it comes to provision, when it comes to protection, when it comes to like me needing answers when I just need wisdom on some shit, logic, right? Without having to go to 50 motherfuckers and getting 50 different answers and having to put all that shit in the pot like gumbo and mixing all that shit up just to get one masterpiece. He's giving me all of that, right? All of that in one man. He has like brought a lot of excitement. And like I used to have a fear of being hurt, fears when it came to just opening up and loving, right? And I never thought, okay, you're just gonna love again. So I would always have these guards up where I just didn't want to love again because, you know, my heart was broken when, you know, my son's father was killed, right? And so I was like, I'm not gonna love again. Fuck that shit. So he broke down all my walls and I was able to just open up and just love again. I've never been fully just all the way public with somebody because I was very, very private with my relationships. And he just makes me feel like a teenage girl that like, you know how you just like you meet this person that you love as a teenager and like you fighting and shit and you in the street taking off your shoes and shit and you like, bitch, that belong to me, and you about to pull they motherfucking hair out they motherfucking head because you like so territorial over that thing. Like I got that at the age of like 44, 43, 45. So it just gives you life. So for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm allowing myself to feel every emotion: hurt, pain, love, excitement, butterflies, disappointment, like everything, all these different things that makes you human, right? Because you have to have all these emotions just to be human. Okay? I just feel like that. And so for the first time, I have all those things. And so I was like, fuck it. Like, this man is giving me so much. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about just, oh my God, mentally, spiritually, physically. So many, like, it's just he's an experience. So I was like, fuck it. Let me give him something that I can't take back. And let me express my gratitude in the way that I know how. That I haven't done for anyone ever. And he has my back. And I really, 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 really know that if something was to happen to me, anything, like shit, any fucking thing hit, I know that he truly has my fucking back. So why not put him on my fucking back? Because he got my back and I got his back. And regardless, it's for life. The connection will always be for life. Because he's come and erased a lot of shit that I dealt with in the past. There's a level of healing that I received. It's just so much. It's a whole, listen, it's so much we writing a fucking book. Because that's how deep it runs. Right? So, yeah, it was just like, this is my ultimate. Well, no, it's not my ultimate expression. But this is like, this is like something that you don't expect, sir. That I want to show you how committed I am. Because that's some hell of a commitment to me. At least I think.
Hey,
Hey, that's
Queen, I'm gonna
dope.
say
That's
this.
dope.
I'm,
Salute to you and salute the Ark, man. That's
Ain't been a human being on earth that never gave me that one.
man,
That's
that's
a fact.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
I
that's real
salute to
shit.
y'all, man, for real.
Hey, I just had to jump on right quick, big bro, and to big sis, and tell y'all, man, I wish y'all more and more, perpetual success forever for life. You did what I'm saying, and I stand with y'all, solidarity. Mr. and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on.
Oh
Hey,
no, 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 no.
yeah.
No, no, because you just got taught by the
Say
R&B.
it again.
Hold on. Taught by R&B. That's not a good song.
Juby wrote the right song. Juby nailed
Drew,
that shit.
that song is a man and a woman stepping out on their mate. I had no idea
Oh, you talking about that?
That's
Oh,
a fact.
until R&B made
yeah.
me listen to the lyrics. I'm like,
Hey,
all these years, I had no fucking idea that's what that song meant.
hey, but you know what though, Wack? When y'all started out though, y'all did have a thing going on. Shit, you just made it
We got a thing
for
going
life.
on. That's a fact.
Hey, I'm so goddamn happy, man. Y'all like my, and I ain't just saying this because we on this app, but y'all like my favorite couple, man, ever. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm gonna mute up, but I just want to say, man, you know, I definitely stand with y'all, and if I be for you, it'd be more than the world against you on my life. I promise you that. But
I thought
salute
the
to the Honda side.
I thought I had to mute up. My bad. Go ahead. I ain't gonna ruin your moment. Go ahead.
No. That was it. That was it, sis. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I've been seeing this since a young age, you know, like, and that's just what it is. But salute to you guys, and again, I wish perpetual success forever. You did what I'm saying, for real. Yep.
So my question is, I and everybody, I put the link in the chat. The link up top is to R&B's IG, so make sure that you follow that. And I also put the link in the chat to the book that we're talking about, Built to Stand: The Making of a Woman of Influence. R&B, could you please tell us about how you transitioned when you're when you met your friends when you were going to junior high? I don't want to give too much away, but I want you to tell the story. And you wanted to put bangs in your hair. And what would you say now to that R&B?
You ain't shit, Rosetta. You ain't shit. Oh my god. So yeah, I
Don't
don't
answer if
I
you
don't
don't have
really
to, but I've heard the story on stage before too, so that's why I asked.
yeah, so my friends were rocking these like bangs and like the high ponytails and stuff. And I was in sixth grade, fifth grade, and I was hanging with girls in like junior high and high school. I was the youngest one out of all my friends. And so they had these, bangs with the little ponytails and the little bamboo earrings and shit. And my mom wouldn't like allow me to wear, that type of stuff. I still was kind of like a little girlish. So, yeah, I used to watch my mom do her hair, and I used to see her glue like hair in her head. So, I went in the bathroom because I was like, you know what? I'm going to the skating ring, and I want to. You know what I'm saying? I want to look fly too, and I kind of want to look older. And I'm gonna sneak these little bamboo earrings and shit, and I'm gonna glue these bangs in my head, and then I'm gonna slide the bangs in the back. So when I get to the skating ring, I could just part them and then like wear the bangs right and shit and snatch the shit out before my mama see it. So I went and got a piece of my mom's hair, little tracks on the tracks, and there was some glue in the bathroom. And so I took the glue and put it on the tracks, the web of the hair. And I stuck it to my head. And when I stuck it to my head started burning like hell. And I looked at the glue and it was fucking crazy glue. And I burned a whole bald spot in the front of my hair trying to glue fucking bangs in my head with fucking crazy super glue. And my mama beat my ass. Like, not only did I have a hot swollen ass from getting my ass beat, like my bangs were like I had a bald spot in the front of my head, and my mom made me wear that shit like that to school with the bald spot parted.
No.
Motherfucking the motherfucking bald spot. Like the part was on the bald spot, and she made the motherfucking bangs like in the front, and they was already short and shit. Cause she didn't let me. She didn't put no fucking hair in my head. She just made me go to school with the bald spot in my motherfucking head, and was like, "Don't you ever try to be grown or think you grown around here, little girl." So now you going to school with this fucking bald spot and this sore ass and your fucking sore hair.
That was
Yeah, so
that wasn't the longest month of your life. It probably took longer than that too.
yeah,
When
that
you
was.
try to calculate that.
Man, they teased me like a motherfucker. It was just horrible that day for me. Rosetta, thank you for
No, 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 no,
making me
no, no, no.
relive that
But the
shit.
question that I really want from that is, what would you tell young Renika today? Because I think we've all did it. I tried to press my hair for Easter because my mama wasn't doing it fast enough and burnt all my hair up in the back and got a whooping. Like I think the women in our generation, I think we've all been through stuff like that. And when I started to read your book, and by that being in the beginning of your book, it made me relate to you so more. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta finish this because it's just something that I went through too. So I just wanted to know, like, what would you say to a younger R&B?
I would say, girl, listen. God damn it, you had some big ass eyes, sis. How didn't you see that you picked up the motherfucking
No.
crazy glue?
You seen it. You should see it.
why? Why the hell didn't you ask your mama? Why the hell didn't you ask your mama to do that shit for you when you know she could have did that shit and you would have, like you would have still had your fucking hair? Like, bro, what were you thinking? Like, don't be in a hurry to grow up, sis. Like, enjoy where you are.
Hey, Queen, speaking of friends, those girls that left you at the store, why didn't at least one of them stay with you in the car or keep an eye on you when they already knew that you had been drinking? This
Oh my God, you went deep. You know what? I can't really say why. I believe that I think it was just straight up foolishness, to be honest with you. I think they were just we were all going out, and like I said, I was always the younger girl hanging with older women. I was like 17 and they were like 23, 24. So I have no clue what was going through their minds when they did that. I don't think that they were really thinking. I don't think any of us were really thinking at the time, to be honest with you.
Hey,
Hey,
R&B.
oh, I'm
So
sorry, Drewby. Can I ask
Before
her
you,
one more follow up question, Drewby?
yes, I
Do you
go
have
ahead.
any contact with those women? Have you like anything?
One of them died of a drug overdose. The other one is a crackhead.
That was my real question. Yeah, like how did they
ooh,
turn out?
Yeah, the other one is a crackhead. And the other one is doing really well. I still talk to her. She was like a little bit older than me, so yeah, I still talk to her.
so one more question for me. So I'm gonna ask you. So those, hanging out with the older crowd and stuff. Those certain things of like learning how to fit in with that type of maturity. Does like has that caught you in? Like has that been a root for how you are today? Like you gotta always try to be more than what you are, type thing.
No, I just think that there's a lot of pressure on the oldest child anyways. I'm the oldest child
Right.
of
Too.
four. If there's four of us, I'm the oldest
Me
of
too.
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that, you know, being the oldest, you want somebody to look up to as well. You want, you know,
Right.
I feel like there was a desire to have older siblings, an older influence. So I had to be the older influence in my house. So it was like, why am I going to hang with people older than me or my age? Because I already felt like I was already super advanced.
Right.
I was already an old soul.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, yo, just hang out with what you feel like fits you and your mentality, your mindset. So
That's perfect. I
All
appreciate
right,
that.
Miss
What
R&B. Nope. Let me get in. God damn, you cut me off already. But I just want to say this before you go. You got to give us a reset, and two, you got to play the song for him. And Wack, you
Yeah.
gotta tell me if I nailed it. Remember, I'm on the outside looking in, but for the most part, I did that for y'all. I'm glad y'all liked it.
That shit was fire, Drew.
I actually heard it,
it's
Drewby,
dope.
and I liked it.
Super dope.
You did your big one.
Oh no, you hit that right on point. That shit hard.
Yes, you
Nigga,
did.
and he knew what he
Thank
was
you,
doing.
bro.
He said, "I bet." He went straight to the studio that night. As soon as he heard that, he
Hey
said, "Yeah,
man, the opportunity. She gave me the opportunity. Hey, shit, I say
yeah,
I'm
nah,
finna
nigga
try
had
to
to work."
nail this
And that's
motherfucker.
that work that
But
nigga do,
I'm
man.
glad y'all liked it. I'm definitely glad y'all.
You got to let me hear that
He said, "Oh
thing, Drew.
yeah,
You
y'all
got
need
it
a
queued up.
soundtrack for y'all book.
I
Bet
think
that."
And I think it was pretty dope. The reason why I asked you to do it, Drewby, is because I think your style of your flow is fly. It's pretty dope. I feel like you are a bit intellectual, so you were going to be able to tell the story, and you kind of saw the story a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like
That's
was
a
like,
fact.
okay,
To the best of my abilities,
to the
man.
best of your ability. It was real.
Right, right,
It was really good. You nailed it for like what it was
right.
without having
Thank
to
you.
go super deep, but that was super dope. So that's why I gave you the assignment. I knew you could do it. It was like,
That's a
yeah,
fact.
Hey,
I
from
think it'll
Thank
be
you, thank you.
a great balance.
from
It's
the
a mixture of
outside
both.
looking in,
Thank you, thank you.
it fit perfect. Like you didn't even have the book. You wrote it, the book for the song type thing. Shout to homie Drew. That shit fit perfect.
Hey Queen, what caused you to be strong, being the oldest of three siblings, moving to three different states and having to adapt to new areas?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it was like my roots, my southern roots. Like in my household, coming from the south, even you kind of read through like just my childhood and how it wasn't just my mother that raised me, right? So I was able to see what a father was like in a home, and just different things. My foundation, to be honest with you, I feel like my foundation was solid as fuck. Cause I had big ass eyes. Okay, that's number one. And I really feel like God gave me them big ass eyes for a reason, because I sat back and I watched a lot. I saw how the women in my family took care of their men, but they still went to work. Like I saw like how there was always a spread. Education was, something that you just had to do. So I always had a desire to learn. Even though I didn't come into Vegas, I really didn't have a chance to finish school. I had to drop out of school and take care of myself. But like that, my foundation was solid. The people around me were solid. I had solid family members. I didn't even know my mom was struggling with anything, because the family always, like, they were always there for one another. So you would never know lack. There was no lack. We weren't lacking anything, love, anything coming up in the South. And I feel like those were my early years. And I feel like those are the most impressionable years of a child's life, from, birth to like 13, 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like that, having a strong foundation, having examples of what it looked like to like stand on principle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see women who were, honestly, I didn't see women who were like fucking harlots, and you know what I'm saying, just like who gave up, or who didn't have a desire to work and strive and to just be their very best and put their best foot forward. So that was always something that I gravitated to, like, no matter what situation you're put in, don't ever, my aunties would always tell me, you don't have to look like you're struggling. You don't have to look like you're stressed out. Always make sure you look good. Always make sure you take accountability for your own actions. Always make sure you love people. Always make sure you have some type of standards and morals in life. Always make sure that, if you got to walk away from certain shit and work hard to get it, because you know what I'm saying, you want to have pride about yourself as a young lady, like, make sure you stand on that shit. So I did what it took to make sure that I still had my dignity in the end. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, fuck, you got it. You don't have time to make excuses. You don't have time to cry. You don't have time to do all these different things. So I gave myself, even when it came to mourning, breaking up, anything that hit me, I gave myself 48 hours. Like, literally 40. Girl, you got 48 hours to cry, to pout, to act a fucking ass, a donkey. After 48 hours, you gotta pick yourself up and you gotta take this shit on like your life depends on it. And that's just how I've always lived my life. 48 hours, you grieve, cry, shout, scream, and get your ass up and go get it. Because as long as you got breath in your body, shit, you got a chance.
And that is some good advice. Anybody else have a question? I know we've had her here for a minute. You good, R&B?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I got a question.
Who is that?
This is
Oh,
Diaz.
okay. Go ahead, Diaz.
So, during your journey and your road to success, where did you find your style inspiration? Like, what were you looking to like make sure you matched your healing? Because you be looking good, from head to toe, no matter what you going through. I need to.
Thank you. I would say personal development. Like, I look to myself. I look to, number one, I would say my foundation, because I'm not gonna like discount that. I think I went through that for a reason. My first inspiration was the word, the Bible. I found a lot of healing and a lot of inspiration in that word. In that word, I learned a lot about me. To know God is to know yourself. So the more I understood and I looked at like Jesus' life, I was like, shit, that's me. Like, that's me. That's me. Like, that's me. So, like, I always made sure that I dealt with like me on the inside, because you can see a motherfucker that dress up and put on a whole lot of shit and cover up, and they be nasty as fuck on the inside. Just foul. Beautiful as fuck, but you foul as fuck. You bitter, like you're angry. You know what I'm saying? You don't really love people. You don't embrace. You got no grace. You got no mercy. You have no wisdom on your fucking tongue. Like, none of that. So I felt like being able to, and you got to have the gift of gab out here when it comes to business, being a woman. So I was like, let me just gain myself up on wisdom. Let me make sure I'm pleasant, that I'm a breath of fresh air when I step in any room. Meaning, it's just when you see me, I shift the room. So I did the things that it took to like make sure that my outside matched my inside. And to be honest with you, I think my insides look way better than my outside, to be honest, because I did a lot of work on that. So I would say that it was just like my desire to just want to be a breath of fresh fucking air. My desire to to just want to be like contagious and fucking, people just like love when you just enter a fucking room. You know what I'm saying? So that, I guess that shit. I hope I answered your question, because shit, I got lost in my fucking answer. Goddamn it.
I love it. You definitely answered the
So R
question.
and B, um, like you talk about like your desires and stuff like that. what do you want to be remembered for? Like, what do you want your legacy when all is said and done? Like when people talk about you, what's something that you want to be remembered for?
Oh my God. I want to be remembered for like that motherfucker exercised every fucking gift she had. Like that's what I want to
My
be
wife.
remembered for. I want to be remembered as the woman who like never fucking gave up and she poured out everything she had. Like she tapped into every
My wife.
gift, every fucking season that it took. She constantly reinvented herself. She never fucking gave up. That
My wife.
motherfucker lived a full, poured out fucking life that touched a lot of lives.
That's dope. Um,
My
I don't know if
wife.
anybody asked
I
this,
heard that
but
whack. R&B was
I
trying to
didn't
hurry
even.
up and
what
mute up.
that nigga whack
I didn't.
crazy. He say
I
my
didn't
wife.
know. I didn't know who that was. I was like, "What the
That was
fuck?"
whack. He
I
said,
Hey,
was.
hold up, man.
I am your
um,
echo. 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 Echo.
I was
His
gonna
wife.
add.
His wife.
I was tired. I was tucking that. You know what I'm saying? I was tucking it. My wife.
Yeah, well, I heard
I didn't
it.
know that was him. I was like,
My
whoever
wife.
saying that shit gonna get cussed out. So I act like I didn't hear it because I didn't know it was him. His wife.
But I'm so goddamn proud of y'all though, for real, man. Like this shit is amazing. I tell you this though, future wise, shit, y'all are definitely an inspiration and keep shining and goddamn grinding. You dig what I'm talking about? For real.
Yo, R&B, thank you for being such an integral part of our clubhouse experience. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career that significantly impacted your financial success? And how do you stay motivated and focused?
Damn. Okay. Okay. The pivotal thing. Can you say that one more time? My brain just.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career that significantly impacted your financial success? And how do you stay motivated?
Oh my God. So I would say, honestly, Wack 100.
No, doubt, salute, salute.
I would say that. I would say, like, dude, I like gave a whole fucking lot. And people in this city will say that. People in this city and other cities and shit like that will say, I've sat at a whole lot of fucking tables. And I should have been a fucking billionaire a long ass time ago with how much I've poured the fuck out for people. Right? And so I would say my payoff is coming now because everything that I'm pouring out at this table, I'm getting what I truly deserve when it comes to what how do I say this? When it comes to, I'll say real estate, for lack of a better word. And what I mean by real estate is points in the company. You know what I'm saying? Doing my own thing, having my own marketing company and all that stuff, I made good money and it was like, yo, this is dope. But I lacked the knowledge on where to invest. And it was almost like I was still kind of like in survival mode because I didn't have the wisdom to fully make it multiply like I needed to. Like I spent a lot of money, marketing with marketing budgets and shit like that and just pouring back into my business to where it seemed like everything I was making I was putting back into the business. So I would say that. And then my motivation, my motivation is my babies. Like they motivate me to not give up. You know what I'm saying? It's like family, I would say that. That's my motivation because it's like they root for me so hard, especially my baby sister. I feel like damn, I owe my family that, right? And then I would say, my man, because Like I can finally see everything that all my gifts and everything that I put into the things that I do. Like I can finally see them come into a place where it's like I could just kind of kick back and just do my part and not have to do 50 fucking parts. And that's fucking motivating to know that you can just rest in your femininity and just fucking do your part as a womb man. And that's multiply and be cute.
Salute to that.
Hey, hey, going back to Las Vegas, you hated that heat. So, did you ever adapt to that sweltering heat out in Vegas?
Hell motherfucking no. Absolutely. You can't get used to this fucking shit out here. This is fucking hell. Without ice water. No, I did.
Hey,
Also,
R&B. One word that, all right, I was gonna like ask, like, one word that your family will use to describe you, one word that your children will use to describe you, and then one word that your partner will use to describe you. And then lastly, what would you use to describe yourself?
My family would call me super creative. Creative. My children would say I'm resilient. One word to describe myself.
Your partner and then yourself.
My partner.
From your partner's point of view, though. So how that like they would describe you, like your family would describe you, your children, then your partner, then yourself.
My partner, I would say love. I don't know how my partner would describe me. Maybe, I don't know, loving. Shit, I don't know. Um, what word he would use to describe me. What word I would use to describe myself. Pulchritude. That's one of my favorite words. That means beautiful, inside and out.
It's dope.
What was the word again, R&B?
Pulchritude.
I had to pretend like I knew what that word meant. You,
It
you
means
see, and I
beautiful.
ain't even ask you what it meant. I said I just had to pretend. That's one of the ones. You just got to pretend, you know.
So R&B, which do you think would be worse, failing or never trying?
Never trying.
Okay, I got some more little fun questions in too. So, do you prefer text or calls?
Text.
What is your most memorable or favorite purchase?
Oh my freaking God.
Before you answer that, did somebody? Cause I was in traffic. Did somebody ask me a word for you, or were they asking you that? I didn't.
They asked me, but I don't know what word you would
Because
use.
I was gonna be like, shit, he on stage, so you could say.
No,
Because
I
I
didn't
asked
know. Right?
her,
Cause I was in traffic.
I said one word to this, one word your family will use to describe you, one word your kids will use to describe you, one word your partner will use to describe you, and then a word for yourself. But she was a little confused on the partner, so shit, you on stage. So
Um,
what's one word you'll use to describe her?
um, indispensable. You know what that means?
Damn.
I do, but elaborate.
That means absolutely necessary.
Damn. I like
That's
that.
real. Hey, Wack, while we got you right quick, can you tell the people how R&B has changed your life?
Um, she, my first experience on what love is supposed to be. Um, I came up and I was young, and I think it turned into more obligation than anything. And not realizing that when I was using the word, I didn't really understand what it was because I had nothing else to compare it to. So, um, actually being able to reveal what that real love is, as a man, the first thing I was able to do was be vulnerable and safe and secure in my weakness. I was pretty much able to relax for the first time in my life.
It's real.
A lot of us is living love through obligation because we never had anything to compare it to. So when you thought you was that, and then you really hit with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, is this what it is? That's what I thought it to be, but this is what it is. It's this difference in saying it and actually enduring it and feeling it and learning to understand it. And once you go through that, at that point in time, it becomes an addiction that's healthy, something that you don't want to be without. You know what I'm saying? It's like breathing life into you. When you was just living, now you can love living. So,
yeah. You mentioned several times that you want her to bury you. And I thought that was powerful. What point At what point do you think that you realized that you wanted this woman to bury you? Essentially saying that this is the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with.
um, when I knew I was wounded in a way, and I never said anything, but she nurtured me without saying anything, just through her actions, and then later looked me in my eyes and asked me, was I better with it? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I sensed this. So for somebody to sense something, that means they are connected to you to know when you're going through something. At that point in time, you can't fight it. You know what I mean? You got to let the spirit world do what it's gonna do. Because I believe those that have left you and those that love you and are concerned about you are the ones that bring you to that you truly need.
Real talk. Real talk.
Because we
And
can't see it. We can't see it, you know what I'm saying? But it's other things that can. So yeah, I don't think I'm not strong enough to bury her. I might the kids that keep me sane because I gotta do that for her and for us, but I can't even fathom that. But
yeah,
yeah, I didn't really, I was with somebody real young, so shit. What I thought I knew it to be, and when it's compared to something, it's like eating eating the same barbecue every day. That's all you know. It's the best barbecue in the world until you eat barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Then you start to realize what it was and what it wasn't. And not to say that I had a bad ordeal. I'm just saying now I got a real ordeal. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like this is like through obligation. I don't. It's not a doubt in my mind that if I lost it all today, would she stand with me? Um, you know, is she gonna help me? Even when she's upset and angry with me for whatever reason, there's never hesitation in her honoring me with certain things and whatever's going on. So, that can only come from within. You know what I mean? So you can't you can't question that. And I'm 47. I think your blessings come, and when they come, you better hold on to them.
Yeah, 'cause you don't get that twice.
Hell no.
Hey, so R&B, hearing Wack say that, and you being on stage, and Wack having the reputation that he has, you got him over here sounding like Joe or a R&B singer or some shit like that. So how do you feel? Like, how does that make you feel? And do you think that you influenced this side of Wack to come out? Because a lot of people never saw that side of Wack.
It makes me feel really good, really, really, really good, because it feels so good loving somebody when that somebody loves you back. That's a fact, right? So, and then, like, I got the same thing. A lot of people haven't seen me in the light that they've seen me, so I bring out the softer side in him, you know, with all respectfully.
Ain't nothing stuff about me, nigga. This Paul Root, nigga.
Respectfully. Well, I would say, the loving side. I don't know what the hell you want to call
I'm
it,
just playing. The softer
but
side.
softer
You can
side.
tell him how I be dancing and all that. You
He
know what
be
I'm saying?
dancing and all that.
I
Like,
be
it's
offbeat.
like, yeah, he be offbeat. And it feels good to see him smile, because a lot of people don't know a lot of the weight that he carries. So even when I'm upset, I can't stay upset too long, because I care about him. I really care about, I love this man. So if I love him, I could throw my fit a little bit, 48 hours at the most. I try not to go too long. And after that, like, I have to throw all that shit to the side, my pride, whatever the fuck I feel, like however I feel, because if I say I care about this man, like, knowing the weight that he carries, like, I always put myself in his shoes and I say, okay, boom, 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 boom. Other people would call that silly or dumb, but I don't call it that. I call it love. When you genuinely, sincerely love and care about somebody, sometimes you have to put aside your offenses and really, like, look at the root of shit. Why is this? Why is that? What could I be doing better? And not to say it's my fault or I'm doing something wrong, but it's like, I just want to make sure that I cover my part of it, that I'm being what I know that I can be to you. And that's love unconditionally. And as long as I know that I'm giving my all and I'm being that, I'm at peace, because I know the universe honors that regardless, right? And like I said, there's a side that he's brought out to me where it's like, I'm not as passive as I used to be. Like, I'm not as naive and so quick to just give and, not really count up the cost. Like, I'm a lot bolder, and it's always been in me. But I believe because I went through so much in life that I carry the load for everybody, and I put myself where I'm willing to suffer so that no one has to feel what I've ever had to feel in life. And that's not fucking healthy. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the same work that I put into being a healed, healthy vessel, another motherfucker need to do the same thing. And I'm not Jesus. I'm not the savior of the world. So sometimes you gotta say, fuck that, and cut it off. And he's taught me how to do that. And I appreciate that shit. That's some dope shit that we literally balance one another out.
Hey R&B, I got a question. I'm gonna give you two words. Choose one and why. Respect or loyalty.
Motherfucking loyalty. Because with loyalty breeds respect. I don't think you can have one without the other. Motherfucking loyalty.
Copy.
Andre, did you have any more questions about the book?
Oh yeah. Did you and your siblings get tighter over the years, although y'all were spread out?
Um, you know what? No. Not No, not really. We just kind of like remained in that same space that we were in prior to. Because now you're grown and you have families and stuff like that. One thing I can say is we stick together like a motherfucker. So we will be distant and doing our own thing, but when something happens, we come together. So I would say yes and no because yeah, yes and no. I think once you get used to like kind of like walking throughout life and coming up by yourself, it it's something that you just naturally just do. So the love is and all that is there and family is there, but we kind of like we all just kind of like do our own thing, to be honest with you. We're not super duper super close like that.
Okay, okay. Anybody else got more questions?
Best birthday gift you've ever given and best birthday gift you've ever received.
Damn. I don't know.
Or gift. Fuck limited to birthday. Just gift.
Best gift I've ever received. Oh man. Shit.
Kingdom is one.
Um
Kingdom is definitely one.
shit, these gifts weren't for me naturally, so but kind of like sort of. I think the best gift I was given, honestly, like birthday gift, which was an early birthday for me, is my granddaughter. Like I always wanted a daughter, so that is something that is like I haven't had a chance to let that soak in yet. But I cried and shit and everything. That was like pretty dope. Um Being able to get her everything before she came, everything that she needed as a gift. That was like really, 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 really dope for me because that's my first son. You know what I mean? And he's like, I think we're the closest because he's my oldest and stuff like that. So to be able to put a smile on their face, and like have what I'm saying, be able to give all of that, be in a position to do that was like phenomenal for me. Like, here baby, just take care of whatever you need. So I think that I'm gonna be honest, I think that was the best gift.
I want to rewind back one more time, R&B. Okay, when you had a dream, you said that I think you had a dream. You were saying that he was shot. You had a dream he was going to get shot in the car. That happened at McDonald's. Was that in the, when he left out of drive-through, pretty much? Um, and also, were you there when they had to pull the plug?
My phone went out. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear nothing. Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Oh my goodness. I can't.
You probably got to leave and come back. Oh, she can't even hear that song. We still can't hear you, R&B. And this has been a dope interview. While we waiting on R&B to get back, I might. Okay, while we waiting, y'all click that link up top. That's to her IG, and let me put that.
Okay. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What was the question? I didn't hear shit.
The question was, what unique perspective or experience have you gained from being in a relationship with Wack that others might not understand?
Oh, damn. What unique experience have I gained in a relationship with Wack that others would not understand? Um, Shit, I done said a whole lot. Let me see. Um, hmm. Shit. I would say, oh, no pain, no gain.
Got you.
That's a fact. My same shit. Yeah.
Because I've said a lot, so I think that sums it up. That's like, other people wouldn't understand that at all.
I think Andre had asked a question too before your mic started messing up.
Okay, what was your
Still on the
question,
board?
Andre?
Let me see. Oh no, I don't see him. Oh, I don't know how he got in the goo. He must have swiped. I just brought him up or sent him the link to bring him up. There you go. You back on stage, Andre. You want to repeat your last question?
Yeah, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I was basically saying, I was going back to when your baby father, Seneca, got shot. He was brain dead. Was you there pretty much when they had to pull the plug?
Yeah, I was. That was fun.
So those dreams or visions that you had, do you still experience them? And if you can interpret them, do you tell the people that they're about?
Yeah, a lot of people would come to me to interpret their dreams, especially when I was in ministry. Um, I do experience a lot of dreams still, that do play out, but I think now I'm not as uh, vocal about them unless I feel like a pressing need to speak on it. Because a lot of people don't receive them. So it's just kind of like, you know what? I might need to keep this one to myself and just figure out how to move around this. But yeah, I still have them.
Okay, what disciplines do you have in your day to day that have become a game changer?
Disciplines that I have in my day to day that become a game changer. I would say, what do I do every day that's become a game changer? Shoot. I would say seriously, honestly, just pretty much just kind of loving yourself, just loving me, just being okay and just kicking back and just loving me and becoming selfish. Like I never had the opportunity to just be fucking selfish. And so now I think with me being in a place where it's like, yo, the first law is pretty much self preservation. You need to take care of your goddamn self when it comes to your mental and all that. It's okay to just say, yo, give a fuck about what you got going on. I need to think about me right now. So I think that's kind of changing the game for me because it's allowing me to not have to carry so much weight.
Yeah, I really think that that's dope because sometimes It takes a lot to love yourself. So by putting that in your day to day, I think that's a good thing. I need to try to implement that too. Put myself first.
Especially when you put everybody else before you.
Right.
It'll just be a
Right.
habit, and people will walk all over you and take you for granted. So it's like, no, 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 and no. I have to put me first.
Hey, R&B, this is my last question, I promise. Your cousin and his wife, your cousin and his wife were very significant in your life. Are y'all still pretty tight to this day?
Yeah, we are. And she would totally curse you out if she heard you call her my cousin or his wife. Me and Wack actually just went to visit her. And he got a chance to talk to her and
I like the
hear
cash, baby. I like the cash.
her. He got a chance to talk to her, and he was like, man, damn, I get it. Because I've been telling him this whole time. Because he's like, well, is this your mama? Is this your cousin? Is your auntie? What is she? And she's like, her daughters are my sisters. Like, I was her first daughter. And I talked about in the book how she was calling me Nikki and how she gave her first daughter, the name Nikki because she was calling me Nikki. So, yeah, we're pretty tight. She's like for real, like my mother, for real, for real. She says that I'm more like her than her biological children. So, yeah, I love her to pieces. To pieces. They shape my foundation for sure. So, she deserves the mom title, honestly, not cousin or the cousin wife. But I know what you mean though.
And did you ever get a chance to talk to your mother about that situation and how it happened?
Oh yeah, she read my book and she was mad as hell. Well, actually, she
Really?
didn't read my book. My sister read the book, and the middle children always the craziest fucking
Right.
kids. The middle children all be out they fucking mind, throwed off. I swear to God, it's like they be fighting for identity, you know. But anyways, yeah, she told my mom about what was in the book, and my mom was actually very offended. She was mad at me for, she was mad at me for like a few months. They didn't talk to me.
Was she mad because you put it in the book or because it wasn't facts?
She was mad because I put it in the book, and I think it was hard to hear the truth.
Yeah.
But I still used a lot of class and grace, even with talking about my mom in the book, because I always said I never blamed her for anything.
You
How could
did.
somebody give you something that they didn't have? And I'm gonna be honest with you, all the things that I went through, I absolutely love how I'm built. Like I love that shit. I love the fact that I am optimistic, that I am very diverse and have the ability to adapt and to just change within my environment, to adapt to my environment, that I'm so colorful, and I love it. I love the fact, I love what I got from everyone who has touched my life, and how I've been able to apply certain things that I've learned from all the different family members in my life. I like that shit. I think it's pretty fucking dope. So, and it's one of the things that I always said. Even when it came to my father, I was like, the universe thought so much of me that it didn't allow me to have one impression from one person, because there was so much that I needed. There were so many different dimensions and levels and layers to me that I had to experience all these different mindsets and things in my life to be the woman that I am today. Because like my level of understanding, perseverance, just my will to go on, my desire to go on, my patience when it comes to like really kicking back and understanding other people's perspectives. I wouldn't trade that shit for the world. Like, I love that shit. In my beast voice. I love it.
Okay, so we know about the Yin and Yang book, and we just heard that it's being a script written for your book. Is there anything else that you're working on that you want to let us know about?
Um, no, ain't no, no. There's nothing else that I'm working on.
Oh, like that.
What you mean?
Okay.
What? I'm trying to see what I'm working
What did we just set up today?
on. Oh yeah, but
The Yin and the Yang podcast.
I
We about to move into that Kevin Samuel
I
phase.
forgot. I forgot. I
We
forgot. I
can act a goddamn fool with that.
I forgot. And then sometimes I be waiting for you to announce it because I don't want to be
Why
like
you gotta wait for me to announce it?
because I don't be
Hmm?
I be
You
trying
waiting for me to announce it?
I be trying to yeah. So like our podcast, the Yin and Yang experience. Yeah, we're working on that. That's gonna be pretty fucking dope. We're gonna be the new Kevin Samuels.
The duel.
That is going to be
That's gonna be us.
And that's dope. I ain't seen no podcast where it's like a king and a queen talking their shit and them giving their back and
Duel.
forth on certain.
Oh, keep going out.
Ooh, so any last words, statements, advice, R&B?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, what you say?
Any last words, advice, comments, concerns? I don't know.
Mm, no, I don't really have no last words. Thank y'all.
And this is super dope. Thank you.
Thank you guys. For the dope ass interview. Um, what Russell Simmons say? Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night. Uh, what Whitney be saying to Bobby? I love you, Bobby. I love you, Way. I love you,
Words you
baby.
say to your future self. Yeah, I like that.
I love you, baby. My future self, like, yo, let's get it. Shit, that's all I can say to my future self. Let's get it.
On
Let's
the
do
other
this.
side, shout out Love and R&B. Shout out Wack the King.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.